Hello, my name is Aisha Proya. I will be going over the styles I updated for our website. As you can see, we've added a light gray background to make the site more interesting and the text stand out. I've also added some statistics here on the front page to show why our pantry inventory system is important. 60% are looking for ways to use the ingredients they have. Inexperienced home chefs are often overwhelmed. Even if the perfect recipe is found, they are frustrated. I know that I've been in this situation because then you realize that you're missing the ingredients. This is time consuming and expensive. Our pantry inventory system is here to help. Sign up is easy and simple. Our site is simplistic, user friendly. Once you are signed up and logged in, you're able to search for any recipes by ingredients that you would like. This will be demonstrated by a different group member later on in our presentation. Next up is Stephen. He will be going over the functional requirements. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Stephen Lotze, and I will be discussing the functional requirements of our project. First, the user will be able to create an account by providing a valid email address and password. After signing up, the user will receive an email from the system verifying that the account has been created. This feature has been implemented. After successfully registering, the user will be able to log into their personal account with the email and password they used to create the account. I will now demonstrate by logging in with my previously verified email and password. And as you can see, I have been signed on successfully. After logging in, the user can then choose to add inventory to their pantry. The user will be presented a list of possible ingredients. Alternatively, the user can choose to search for a specific ingredient. By simply checking the box next to an ingredient, that ingredient is added to the pantry and saved to the database. This requirement will be demonstrated later. The user can add additional criteria to a recipe search. For example, the user can add mealtime, nationality, food type, dietary restrictions, and preparation time. This feature has not yet been implemented. The system will return a list of recipes that only contain the ingredients in the user's pantry and the additional criteria selected by utilizing the API. Recipe searches will also be demonstrated later. When the recipe list is returned, the user shall be able to sort and filter the list based on various criteria, such as mealtime, nationality, food type, and preparation time. This feature has not yet been implemented. After a successful search, the user can then mark recipes as a favorite or dislike. Marking a recipe as a favorite will push it to the top of the search results in a subsequent search. Marking a recipe as a dislike will prevent a recipe from showing in future search results. The user can go into the favorites dislike screen to alter this list. Again, this feature has not yet been implemented. The user shall be able to add their own personal recipes to the database. If the user performs a search and a personal recipe is viable with the ingredients in the pantry and any additional criteria, the personal recipe will be added to the search results. This feature has not yet been implemented. Finally, there is the If All Else Fails option. If the user is unable to find a suitable recipe, selecting this option will launch Google Maps to find restaurants within the user's area. This feature will be demonstrated later. And this concludes the functional requirements section of our project.
Hello, my name is Justin Bingosh, and I will be going over the non-functional requirements for our pantry inventory system. First, the user will be required to have internet access to allow them to connect to our web server and to the external APIs that we will be using. The system should be easy to use for all users by being user-friendly and intuitive to use. The system should be able to provide search results quickly. The user should be able to add ingredients to their pantry quickly and efficiently and be able to view the ingredients in their pantry. The user shall not be able to modify recipes in the main database, but shall be able to add their own recipes to the database on the web server. And that concludes the non-functional requirements for our pantry inventory system.
Hello, my name is Matthew Wadsworth, and I'll be demonstrating the pantry inventories, adding and removing custom recipes. Right here we have your custom recipe list, and we'll you'll be able to see them listed here with your favorites and dislikes. And to add a recipe, you would just click the add recipe here, and it would bring up the form to input your information. I'm just gonna do one that I kind of got here. We'll do grilled cheese, and we'll do say a couple sandwiches. 15 minutes. And nationality, dietary restriction. And right here in this section, we'll be adding the ingredients required for the recipe. Right on this particular one, we have butter, and it requires 5 tablespoons. And then you see when you click add here, adds it into the table. If you make any mistakes, you can make changes here. Let's say we only need 2 tablespoons. We can update it, and it will give you a little notification and go away after 5 seconds. Then we just add the bread. 4 slices. And cheese. Well, 4 slices. And then on this section, it's the step-by-step. For the step-by-step instructions, it's pretty similar interfaces up here when adding your ingredients. So I'll just copy and paste the instructions I have here for step 1. And if I click add, it will come up here, but it will only show a brief preview of the step. If you make any mistakes, you could come back to it, click edit, and make changes to it here and update. Now if I go back into it, you'll see, yep. We'll add a couple more steps here for after buttering the pan and putting the cheese on the bread. We'll throw it in the skillet. And then step 3, just a repeat. You can also remove the steps if there's something that wasn't quite right there. Same thing with the ingredients. And you can have a thumbnail image if you like. It's not required. And we'll add that one. It just shows add right here at the moment. We'll go back to our recipe list, and we see we got a grilled cheese, 15-minute prep time, no dietary restrictions, and we can remove that as well. If we need to make any changes, you can update it as well. And there's also been an update on the searching of recipes, or not searching, but the listing of recipe. So you do have these like and dislike buttons. They haven't been fully implemented yet. And you can view your recipe here. Give you the ingredients and the step-by-steps. And that's pretty much all for searching features. and adding and removing of recipes. You can add the like by just clicking the like button, and it will just throw it over here in your favorites, and you can refer to it whenever. And remove. That's pretty much all. Thanks. Bye.
Hello, my name is Samantha Holland, and I will be reporting on the Restaurant Finder portion of the Pantry Inventory System. There have been some updates since the last report. Now, when this application is launched, it will prompt the user to allow access to the device location. This was not a portion that existed prior. And once access is given, it will use the phone's GPS location to display restaurants nearby. Before, because it did not have access to prompt the user, we had to use artificial information. Once it is launched, it will zero in on where the user is located. And if we zoom out a little bit, as it does zoom in quite a bit, we'll still see that we have these fuchsia markers that show us where nearby restaurants are. And if you click, it will tell you the location of that restaurant and what its name is. This works for all restaurants that use the restaurant tag, as this uses the Google Places API. The Finder portion of this is still being added to the main Pantry Inventory System, as the original application, when it was created using Java, and it needs translated to C to match the rest of the Pantry Inventory System. Thank you.